Hi, welcome to another video, and today we're looking at the very popular single leg deadlift exercise and several variations you can use to progress this. And how you can actually integrate it into the upper body is probably even more important. So firstly, let's have a look at the single leg deadlift on its own. So obviously you'd want to start with just a body weight version, and once you've sort of got the body weight version down pat, moving into like a standard dumbbell, you would start with 2 dumbbells to make it more balanced. Once you've got the hang of that, you can move into the single leg one, and you'll notice that there's dumbbells in the opposite hand. So you'll see here, and the reason for that is it really creates an instability feeling. So the dumbbell really pulls the arm down, very similar to what we see with a suitcase carry. So the glute on the opposite side with the QL on this side and the oblique on here, really working together to keep the pelvis level, because if anything goes wrong, your rib cage is going to tilt over and you're going to fall over, and it's going to be game over. Right? So Mel probably could be a little bit more strict. If we were making it more Romanian deadlift, we would have the shin straight, which would force a little bit higher range and the hip up a bit higher, which would get a little bit more glutes. But this is not necessarily wrong. It's still quite good to do it this way, just depending on the person. Now the first version we just saw the single arm deadlift, or the single arm deadlift there. Now when we move into this next one, we add the dumbbell row. So it's where like an integrated upper body movement, where we can really start to get some extra additional load working through the upper body as much as the leg. Now the added bonus to this is that because you have to stay down there longer to complete the arm part, it adds an isometric contraction to the glute. So the leg actually working much harder because it's being hammered for a little bit longer. So if you just see here, she's just got to stay down that a little bit longer. Once I've got that one right, I can add the next part, which is adding an upper body pressing movement. So I can go into this pushing move. Now this is deceptively hard because this is where, again, the weight is on the opposite side. And when a person's standing like this, it's very easy for them to lose their trunk stability. And again, the obliques and the pelvis and the glutes on this stance leg in particular, really got to stay quite on the job, or else you'll lose stability through this. And obviously the shoulder component for the pressing part. So quite a clever way to bring in this contralateral, like a pulling and a pushing movement, all hinging around this single leg stability. So the longer it goes, this really becomes more about the legs. The arm part is actually the easy part. It's just trying to control this motion so that you don't lose your balance. All right, so there's 3 versions that we could use with just the dumbbell, really bringing instability into it. If I move to a barbell, I make the instability a lot easier, but it actually obviously brings into play load a lot more, so I can add plates to this. So this is great for the person who's got some incredible strength on the single leg deadlift and they want to really hammer it. The barbell just allows you to get a much greater load than just holding 2 separate dumbbells. All right, so again, obviously you're just starting with the simple one. Once you've got the simple one, you can add the bent over row again, and that'll be very much like like we saw with the dumbbells, the dumbbell a second ago. Again, it just brings a lot more upper body into it, because if we had plates on this, well, even this barbell for a start is 20 kilos, where she was holding only a 10 kilo dumbbell before. So there's already doubled the load just through this one thing. Again, staying down there for longest, where you probably could mess around with how many reps you use. So only doing 1 rep is a lot easier, but if you start adding 2 or 3 reps, that isometric contraction of the glutes to stay in that position, and the hamstrings as well, to stay under control like that, and even the core to maintain the lumbar curve, that's a long time. The time under tension just really rips to pieces all those muscles that are under work during this really amazing movement. All right, so there's 5 variations you can use for your single leg deadlift in your training. Just start with the easy one and work your way up. And it really adds a bit of a different dimension and really brings in integration a lot more into it. All right, so I hope you enjoy that, and see you on the next video.